Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. You know, hmm, okay, so they try to set this climactic scene between Remy, Electra, and Will, right? Will sees Electra and Remy arguing, they're struggling. It looks like Remy's about to sit there and push her over the edge because I guess in his mind is, well, if I can't have you, nobody can. Typical sociopathic stuff, right? Will gets up there and he sees them struggling. Well, your de-escalation skills clearly need some work. Because instead of him sitting there trying to talk him down like, hey, listen, bro, you don't want to do this, okay? This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to hurt her. You love her, right? Like, you don't want to sit there and you don't want to push her over the edge, right? I mean, you are sitting there. This is sort of what he should have been doing. What he actually did was the same thing that Electra did. Terrible, terrible, terrible de-escalation skills. Because in reality, when Electro's like, I'm going to call the cops on you, what do you think he's going to do at this point? This man already seemed like he lost his ever-loving mind. Okay? You think at this point, he's listening to reason like, whoa, so you're going to call the cops? Okay, cool. Let me just let you on that. I'm so sorry about that. I guess I'll just sit there and go to jail and take my punishment like a man. No. So while he's sitting there he's telling him all this, he's already sitting there threatening to push her off, off the balcony. Electra must have summoned her in their Wonder Woman strength and broke free. And then those two start struggling, right? And they struggle, and struggle. And then Will hits him one time. He's on the ground, and well, that's pretty much about it. Then he walks over to Electra. He hugs her. He's like, "Hey, listen, I got you. Everything's gonna be all right." While Remy just scurries off. You know what he could have did? He could have been like, "F both of y'all," and just pushed him over the edge. That would have been really great. Or he could have just pushed over Will. Just thrown him off the balcony. Because after all, for some odd reason, the guy who is a sociopath, who is a nut job, you decide to turn your back on. But of course, this is B&B, and in B&B, somehow, this makes sense. So that's generally what wound up happening. Yeah. Now, what I want people to understand is that this is a soap opera, right? So I did not have my expectations too high when I knew that they were going to be going at it. The description trying to make it seem like, oh, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be epic. No, no, this was not. But it sure was entertaining. It just wasn't entertaining in the way that they wanted it to be. It was entertaining in the fact that this is so laughable. This is so goofy that you just have to sit there and laugh and just take it for what it is. I think that's kind of the secret with The Bold and the Beautiful. Because while it is probably among the worst out the four soap operas, it's laughable. And that's something that I can appreciate. With Days tries to be serious and comes off hella goofy. Bold and the Beautiful, I feel like they just know what they're doing. Now, switching over, yes, Bill pulled his magical Jesus strings and he got her released. But not necessarily released. She's on house arrest. Then he just reiterates everything that Luna was saying to him while she was begging to get him to free her. Listen, you grew up in a very rough spot. I know what that's like. We have very similar childhoods. And if you would have grew up differently, you wouldn't have sat there and killed those two people. So pretty much he just makes excuses for her behavior because with him, he just happens to have money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's pretty much what he wound up doing. And in general, that's what he wound up doing. That made sense to him. Now, of course, there's some golden rules. I don't know what the rest of them are, but no one can know that she's staying there. Because, when people find out, they're going to be like, F you, Bill. F you and the horse you rode in on. I guess maybe Mom Duke, no. Who knows? Oh, and also she can't leave the property. So she can go outside, get some fresh air, but that's pretty much about it. She got an ankle monitor, and that's it. So let's sit there and see how long that's going to take before she breaks the law. Now, Katie is apologizing for the 19,000th time, and of course, every time she apologizes, she just managed to make herself look even stupider, which is an amazing feat even for Katie, but she managed to do it. I'm the head of I'm the head of PR. I know marketing. I know what AI is. Yes, Katie, you do know what AI is. And yet you sat there and fired her without a second thought. I did it for the company. I also did it for her. I didn't want that stuff to get out there. So I was protecting her. Or you were protecting her by firing her. Okay. That's interesting. That's good. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. I don't know what Electra was not crying about. I mean, she was doing it for her protection. Now she got her job back, and of course, you talk a little bit more about the dangers of AI. So it's pretty much just kind of a PSA for the good 5 minutes of their screen time. Then you talk about how Will is this and Will is that and Will is protected from blah 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 blah. And you also talk about how everyone back at her house at in Dallas pretty much crapped on her. They saw those images and they just crapped on her. And that was about it. Uh, yeah, that's essentially the episode. Now, of course, if I didn't miss anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will be sitting there talking about all the shows, of course, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. And also today, I did want to do a Young and Restless review. So when you get a chance, check that out. I would, just on a side note, I would love to sit there and try to do all four of them every day. And I wish I could do that on a more consistent basis. The problem is that my times of getting out of work is not always consistent. So I generally have to choose between doing either all four or doing two in a live stream. But I always sit there and say, listen, if I don't do all four, if I don't do Young and Restless, I'm going to talk about it. If I don't do Days, I'm going to talk about it. I choose B&B, one, because it's short and easy, and two, it gets me more views than Weinhard. And yes, views do actually matter because it collects more of an audience and it tells me what the audience generally want to sit there and see. So it's not just, oh, he's just a YouTuber out there, views and likes, and no, it's a little bit more deep than that. Anyway, like I said, if I missed anything, write in the comment section, come to the live stream, or do both. And check the community tab.